Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank Venture Center for giving this opportunity to discuss the current research and products we are making in our lab. And I would also like to thank Dr. Premnath and Pranya helping me to prepare the presentation to discuss it here. Can you look the presentation today? I will discuss about the biomanufacturing of XOS or Xylobiose for which has a high prebiotic potential. Next slide, please. So prebiotics are basically they are sugar polymers, and they are known to promote the growth of beneficial bacteria in the human gut. So they have XOS. There are different type of prebiotics, XOS, FOS, or lutein. They are available. Among them, XOS, Xylo-oligosaccharides, they are considered the best in terms of their dollar per dose requirements. And the industry for prebiotic is very big. Right now, currently, they are growing with a compounded CAGR of 14.9%. So briefly, if you see what XOS does, when you take them as a supplement, they go into your intestine, and the bacteria like lactobacillus or bifidobacteria, they act as a substrate for them to flourish in the gut. And then they make short chain fatty acids, which reduce the temperature in the gut and which enhance the mineral absorption in the gut and block addition of a bacteria, harmful bacteria. They also block infections like pathogen E. coli, Salmonella. Hence, they have a lot of benefits, health benefits, like they reduce infection and antibiotic-associated diarrhea. They reduce the inflammation and exert protective effect to prevent the colon cancer, and hence the bioavailability and uptake of mineral, including calcium, magnesium, and possibly iron. They reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and promote satiety and weight loss and prevent the obesity. So they have wider health application, and they known to boost the immunity of a person taking the prebiotic. What we have developed so far, these prebiotics, they are available in a rough form, in a mixture in the market. We have developed a biological method to produce these prebiotics, which is XOS, which has more than 96% Xylobiose, which is not currently available for human food consumptions. And the production of this is an affordable MSP. Please move to the next slide. So as I said, they are the mixture of Xylobiose, triose, tetrose, and so on. But the quality of a mixture is better if it has more Xylobiose. The higher the percentage of the Xylobiose, better is the prebiotic. So there are two currently available in the market, which has less than 30% of the Xylobiose, and which has a mixture which has more than 90% of the Xylose. From where they are available in the market right now, people have developed chemical methodology to convert the biomass. They make it from the hemicellulosic fraction of the biomass into XOS through chemical or autohydrolysis methods. But this method has several disadvantages because there is no really control of degree of polymerization. Like Xylobiose is how much will be, triose how much will be. The cocktail varies really very differently, and they use very harsh chemical and extreme conditions. And because of these chemical methods, you required very extensive and lengthy downstream processing for human food consumption. And because of this, they also carry the risk of the chemical contamination, which doesn't really make it very suitable or useful for human as a supplement. Please move to the next slide. As I said, the global market is around 700 million, and which is expected to grow for 5%, 2%, 5.2% CAGR. And there are two varieties which has Xylobiose less than 30% in this. The cost in the market is around $25 to $100 per kg, which is available as a nutritional supplement for animal feed and other applications. And Xylobiose, which has more than 90% of the Xylobiose XOS mixtures, the cost is really very high, like 1,000 USD per gram. And it is not really because of its high cost, it can be used as a human supplement, people just using for R&D purpose. So that the factors which driving the prebiotic market is that these prebiotics, they are the natural supplements to boost the immunity and have several health benefits, and they improve gastrointestinal health and gut microbiota. Next slide, please. So what we have done in this technology, we can take hemicellulosic fraction. We have developed a normal enzymatic cocktail formulated in an enzymatic cocktail which convert this hemicellulose into a mixture of these XOS in which the xylobiose percentage is very high. In an original mixture with this cocktail, we can achieve up to 66% of the xylobiose in this mixture. And we also developed a purification procedure to enhance the concentration of xylobiose in the mixture. And the final concentration we can achieve up to more than 96%. The yield of this production is approximately 8 USD per kg, and we have performed the techno-economic analysis based on the lab scale production in our lab. The yield of the product is approximately 30 grams per liter. And this process, because this is involved no artificial or chemicals and enzyme, this is purely a biological process which is environmental friendly, and the starting material is hemicellulose. Next slide, please. So this technology, how does it work? We have hemicellulose, you have an enzymatic cocktail which will convert into a mixture of XOS, which has around 66% of the xylobiose and rest of the other oligosaccharides. Then we have developed a purification procedure also to enhance the percentage of the xylobiose in a mixture up to 96%. The purity of this purified xylobiose, which has more than 96%, we have confirmed with the checked with the NMR, which confirmed that this xylobiose which we have prepared is pure and it doesn't have any trace of chemical contamination. Next slide, please. So current status is that we have developed it in the lab scale. We have patented it, and one student has submitted thesis on this, and we have not published this in a scientific journal. And if you see here the technology demonstration, what we have demonstrated in our lab, and we can do it if someone is interested, that if you take a 1 kg of the biomass, from that we can extract 220 kg of the hemicellulose, and we mix it with an enzyme formulation which is available with us around 0.4 gram. And then you produce approximately 150 gram of this mixture of one, which has 66% xylose, and further purification lead up to 80 gram. When you calculate the cost, you figure out that as compared to the starting material, there is around 35x value addition for variety 1 and around 8000x value addition for the purified, which has 96%. Next slide, please. So people who are manufacturers of SS, XOS, sugar industries, and manufacturer of prebiotics can be interested in, because for sugar industries can be a value added product, and prebiotic, it can be expansion of their already available product. And for manufacturing XOS, this is a low cost process. It is a purely biological process which has a high percentage of xylobiose. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next step is we are looking for industrial partner who is interested in this technology. We are ready to demonstrate in the laboratory scale. The partner can take up the technology at a level we have, or we can in collaboration set up an higher pilot scale plant and demonstrate at higher level, as well as we can do some R&D if further required to fulfill the desired conditions by the manufacturer for this project. Next slide, please. So what I have done, I have more than 20 years of experience working with yeast and molecular biology. I have worked in Harvard and NIH before joining ICGEB as a scientist. And my expertise basically is yeast metabolic engineering. And we have more than 50 publications, 4 Indian patents, and we have a very good world-class facility in ICGEB, up to 20-liter fermenters. We have mass spectrometry and HPLC and other high-end equipment are available. In past and in current, we have collaborated with Praj, Spectrum Renewable, and CRES. Next slide, please. Thank you. Yeah, if you need, you please contact Pranya for further details on this project. Thank you.